Welcome to Hedwigs Army. Hosted and produced by Josh Clayton and Trevor Feldner.
I solemnly swear that I'm up to no good.
Hello everyone and welcome to Hedwigs Army. I'm Josh.
And I'm Trevor.
And this week we're going to be going over Chapter 6, The Journey from Platform 9 3/4.
Woohoo!
Yep, so here we go guys. We're heading off to Hogwarts. Finally.
Only took us 6 chapters.
It only took us 6 chapters and a lot more than 6 weeks. But here we go. We're stoked to get into this. Before we get into it, I want to start off the episode same way as we always do by issuing a spoiler alert. This is a Harry Potter reread, so there can and will be spoilers from this point on. We're going to talk about everything from the next chapter of this book through Cursed Child and Crimes of Grindelwald and Fantastic Beasts. Anything is open for discussion, so be warned now that there will be spoilers from here on out. Other than that, got anything to say? Otherwise, just want to dive right in.
No, not really.
Let's just get on in. This is a pretty good chapter. You get some good things on this. I have some treats for you guys in this chapter. But let's start out off right now with this summary here. So Harry is back at Privet Drive, waiting until it is time to head to Hogwarts. The Dursleys are completely ignoring him, and it makes him feel almost worse than being talked down to, if that's possible. He stayed in his room with his new owl that he decided to name Hedwig, wink wink, which is a name that he actually found in one of his school books, A History of Magic. As the end of summer approached, Harry realized he needs to talk to his aunt and uncle about getting him to King's Cross train station. Vernon agrees to take him to the train station, but only because he is already heading there out to London the next day because they need to go get Dudley's tail removed. Harry woke up the next day excited and nervous to start his Hogwarts adventure. After waiting 2 hours for the Dursleys to wake up, he was finally off to the train station. When they got there, Harry was surprised to see that there was no platform 9 3/4.
I don't know why, though.
What do you mean?
Like, why is he, surprised that there's no 9
I know.
3/4?
Yeah,
I mean,
that's very strange.
there's 9, there's 10, and there's 11.
But, whatever. We'll get into that. But I have a couple things for that, but... Anyway, so Vernon was smug, of course, and left Harry on his own to figure it out. Harry tried asking the guard to figure out what to do, but the guard thought he was messing around. Harry was just beginning to freak out when his luck peaked. He heard someone using the word muggles, and Harry realized they must also be heading to Hogwarts. He decided to ask the lady for help, and she had him on the train in no time. After boarding the train with some help from the twins that he just met, he found an empty compartment. However, he didn't remain alone for long, and a red-headed boy named Ron asked to join him. They talked on the train for a while and spent time admiring each other for different reasons. Harry bought them a bunch of sweets, and they pigged out while Ron explained what the sweets are. After a while, a boy opened the compartment door asking if either of them had seen his toad. They sent them on his way until he returned with a girl, whom identified herself as Hermione Granger, just as Ron was about to show Harry some magic. Ron's spell failed in front of her, and she responded by using magic to fix Harry's glasses. She informed Harry that she read about him in a few books, Modern Magical History, The Rise and Fall of the Dark Arts, and Great Wizarding Events of the 20th Century. Harry and Ron continued chatting for a while. Eventually, Ron mentioned that Gringotts had been robbed, and Harry was obviously dumbfounded. They continued talking until 3 boys entered their compartment. Harry recognized one of them as the boy he met in Madame Malkin's shop in Diagon Alley. he learned that the boy's name was Draco Malfoy. Malfoy insulted Ron and his family, and Harry and Ron were about to start fighting them until Ron's rat got to it first by biting Goyle. The boys left and the rest of the train ride passed quietly. When they got off the train, Harry heard a familiar voice calling all of the first years. They followed the rest of the first year students over to the sea where Hagrid was standing waiting for them. They headed to the castle by boat, and they all got off the boats, and Hagrid led them up to the castle to begin their first school year at Hogwarts School. So, that's the summary. So, there's a lot of in-between there that we are going to be covering, but I just want to say, out of all of that, I don't remember if the glasses actually happened in the movie. Or in the book, I mean.
I actually don't think so.
I don't think so either. I think
She's there to watch him.
Yeah, that happened in the movie, so my bad about throwing that in the summary, but it's just such a significant part. I wrote the summary at 2 a.m., so give me a little bit of a break on that one, but it kind of slipped in there because I remember that from the movie.
Sorry about my coughing.
Yeah, Trevor's a little sickly, but...
it's your fault.
It is my fault, my bad, but that's okay. I mean, we're here, and we are ready to go. So, I'll pull up my notes here.
I actually heard something. The fact that Dudley needs his tail removed. That's going to be weird to explain to...
Oh, yeah, don't worry. I have that in a note coming up.
Oh, okay.
Yep. It's actually going to be here pretty soon. But before you know what? Yeah, it's a little bit down here. We'll get into that in 1 second. Let's just kind of stay in order here. So my first note here, we're going all the way back to the beginning of the chapter when Harry found Hedwig's name in the History of Magic. Now, obviously, he named Hedwig after a name in that book. So I decided to do some digging to find out where that name arose from in the book. So Hedwig, in A History of Magic, it is named after, the owl is named after Saint Hedwig, whom was a medieval witch or wizard. That's all we really have. So Hedwig was a medieval witch or wizard, and Harry liked the name, so he named his owl that. That's about it. Not much more to it there. I tried looking up a little bit more. Couldn't really find much about it. Just not much out there.
I mean, the name fits her.
Yeah, I love it. I mean, it fits her. It fits our podcast. So, woo! Yay for Hedwig. There we go. Quote of the year right there.
And I like how Hedwig stands in for friends, you know. Yeah, he feels lonely because the Dursleys are kind of...
But at least he's got
jerks.
something to hold on to in the magical world.
Right, yeah, like...
Yes.
The rest of his family is just being jerks to him and ignoring him, which I agree with him is a little bit worse than, you know, somebody just talking down to you. Because at least when they're talking down to you, you can retort to them.
Right.
But, like, if they're ignoring you completely, you're just going to be sitting there going,
Right.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, like, literally, people say that, like, silence is the worst punishment of all. Like, it's worse, at least for being talked down to, you being acknowledged. But if they're not even acknowledging you, like, I don't remember if I have a note on it, but Harry asks him to take him to Hogwarts, and he just grunts the entire time. Will you take me? So, that's just got to be really, like, obnoxious, but...
I mean, I don't mean to laugh. That's pretty
yeah,
funny.
it is pretty much up. But for the Dursleys, I mean, it's about what we expect. So, So, go down a little later in the pages, and you see it mentions that Harry found his school books very interesting and spent nights reading them late into the night. And that piques my interest because, you know, as we know from the books and movies, Harry doesn't really know anything in the beginning about the wizarding world. He's very taken aback by the classes and, you know, and we know Hermione is basically top of the class because she read her books all summer as she found out. Well, it looks like Harry did the same thing. I mean, they said he spent his days and nights reading well into the night his school books to try to hold on to that, you know, magic. But, like, how come he doesn't, like, know anything then? Like, no, you're not going to learn everything, but...
I don't think he doesn't, like, know... I think out of all three of them, and if you guys are Ron Weasley fans, I'm sorry, but, like, out of the three friends, I think in, like, terms of, like, how book smart they are, you got Hermione at the top, and you got Harry, and then you got Ron.
Right. I mean,
Like, Ron's no pushover. But I feel like he's just got this, like, inferiority complex. Because, I mean, it states in the book, oh, hey, yeah, I'm, the fifth brother.
Sixth. Sixth child.
Yeah, no, sixth child,
Yeah.
fifth brother. Or sixth brother. Like, he's already got 5 brothers ahead of him.
Right. Okay.
So, like, it's almost like, why try? I mean, again, he even states it in there. He's like, more or less, what's the point of trying? Because even if I do something, my other brothers have already done it, so...
Right. Right, I mean, I just pulled up the book list just to see, like, what he was reading. I mean, you got, like, Standard Book of Spells, History of Magic, Magical Theory, things like that, Fantastic Beasts, Where to Find Them. So I guess it makes sense that the things that we're seeing him struggle in
are the ones that
are the ones that you're not really seeing books on. Because you don't really hear about, like, much about, like, I mean, for spells, Charms class, I mean, it's not something you can learn by book, obviously. History of Magic, I mean, they all struggle in that because they fall asleep in the class. You don't hear about Magical Theory. You don't hear about, like, where he uses Fantastic Beasts, where to find them, and things like that.
Well,
so he could be knowledgeable in those classes. You only hear about the classes that he doesn't really have.
Especially, like, potions and stuff
yeah,
like that.
I mean,
there is a potions book.
I don't even see it, but... Well, I mean,
right there.
Magical Dress Potions, but yeah, I mean, it's also... I'll give him the benefit now because it's run by Snape, who makes him worse than he is.
until book 6, when he's like, "Ha, I got you."
Until he's cheating, but
I mean, he's not cheating.
yeah, technically he still is performing the tasks to make the potion, but
He's reading the book.
Yeah, I
It
guess
just
you're
happens to be that the book has extra material that isn't in
Right.
other class.
It's just funny to me, not to dwell on it too much, but. He can't, when he reads regular instructions, he has trouble following them and his potions turn out crappy. But when he reads the advanced instructions to make it easier, he has no problem following instructions then and making them turn out. It's just funny, like, either way you're following instructions, but, whatever. We'll give him the benefit of the doubt. So, okay, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt on that one then. There's other factors holding him back, I guess. But I just thought that was interesting because...
Oh, yeah.
Then you got two sides of it. Him who's reading well into the night and seems like kind of clueless in some aspects, and then Hermione who read all her books after she found out she's a witch and was the most knowledgeable person at Hogwarts, probably besides teachers.
See, I think that's the different. Like, for all three of them, like Ron already comes from a magical family, so like he doesn't feel the need to really read a lot of that stuff, probably because like he learns it from his family. Hermione, she's like, I come from literally nothing, and I want to do really good. She's got a very, very, very high drive. And then you got, I feel like Harry, who I feel like is like most people who like procrastinates, puts it off until like the last.
Well, him and Ron both, but
like I feel like Ron's got that like, everybody else knows it, so I could learn it. Whereas like Harry's like he has no family to teach him that stuff, but like. Also, his drive for it.
But, like, neither does Hermione. I mean, I know. I get it. I get it. The drive. But I'm just saying. That's why I thought it was interesting because... Sorry about that, guys. That's why I thought it was interesting because... Sorry about that. Because, that's the thing. You think about him procrastinating and not have the drive, but then it talks about him reading his school books well into the night. So, it's just interesting. It's just kind of, it's an interesting thing, but... Yeah, I'll give him I guess I'll give him the benefit of a doubt.
Well, and you gotta think that, like, he didn't get his letter till much later, probably in the summer.
Well, okay, yeah, I get you. It makes sense. Which I actually have some issues with doing. Let's open that door. I have some issues with. But that's okay. Let's move on to the next point here. It's going to be kind of a lengthy one. But Uncle Vernon makes a comment that he thought it was, basically silly to get to a magic school by train.
I would have to agree with him on that one.
No, I do too. But I remember hearing a little bit about I think me and you actually heard the theory together, the history of the Hogwarts Express together in a video once. But I decided to kind of make a little summary on the history because the history is kind of extensive. But I decided to write out a little summary on the history of how the Hogwarts Express came to be. So, here we go. I'm gonna dive right into this little summary here. So before the Hogwarts Express, students used to arrive to school any way they wanted to. Some rode brooms, some used enchanted carts and carriages, and some even rode magical creatures. After too many injuries and Muggle sightings, the Ministry of Magic decided that parents had to bring their child to school. This did not last, however, because it was still not discreet enough. The next method was to set up portkeys at pre-arranged spots all over Britain. This became an issue, though, because up to a third of students every year ended up missing the portkey and did not attend the school year because they weren't able to get to the school. Obviously, that's an issue. So, portkey sickness also played a role in ruining this method of transportation because kids were getting sick. And
So
did make
it's
it
like
to
them
school.
taking the bus and them being late, and because they're late, the bus left without them.
Yeah, basically. I mean, you have the same issues with the train, but it's also the fact that portkey sickness played a role in it as well. Kids that didn't make it were showing up sick. Now, this is where the Hogwarts Express comes into the picture. Where exactly the Hogwarts Express came from has never been proven, but records do tell us that there was a mass operation involving 167 memory charms and the largest ever mass concealment charm performed in Britain. The next morning after these events, the Hogwarts Express was born. So, ever since then, they've obviously used the Hogwarts Express. There have been attempts to repel the Hogwarts Express and have it removed, but they've all failed, and the Hogwarts Express is running to this day. So,
Did it
that's
give any time frame? Like when?
Yeah, I didn't write down all the times because they were kind of like between this and this, not really exact. So I figured it didn't, wasn't really that important. But I believe the Hogwarts Express came to be in the 1900s, if I read. So I think it's relatively new at this point. I could be wrong on that.
Okay.
Don't quote me.
Well, if it came in the 1900s,
I think, yeah.
that would be like almost a century before the events of Crimes of Grindelwald. I was going to say like, it's been recent.
Not centuries. 1900s?
Yeah, it's like 18 something.
No, like the 1900s. Like the year, the 19...
Yeah.
What?
I know we're in the 21st century, but it's not
No.
21 something.
No, I know, but I'm saying, like, not the 19th century, the 1900s. 1901, 1902, things like that.
Okay.
Not the 19th century. The 1900s is different. Like the years 19 through 1999.
Okay. So it could have been like relatively recent when.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah,
and I could be wrong on that. Like I said, I'm not 100%.
Because we didn't actually see the Hogwarts Express. I mean, not that we would have anyway, but in the Crimes of Grindelwald, we didn't really get to see.
Well, no, yeah.
that
I
stuff.
mean, yeah. There was
We
really
did get
no.
to see Hogwarts. So.
Did get to see Hogwarts, which we'll get into. But yeah, that was exciting.
And maybe, I know we don't want to ruin too much of it, but how we saw like people.
Well, yeah,
Just
don't
going
give spoilers about Crimes of Grindelwald.
Oh.
I want to avoid that because I want people to be able to listen to this without having that ruined for them. I want to keep them separate. So
Just know that things happened on Hogwarts that like were weird
yeah,
because it's not what we're used to seeing.
right. Yeah, we didn't give a Crimes of Grindelwald spoiler, so I don't want necessarily. I guess we did, but I won't want people to hear this and then have the movie ruined for them.
Yeah, I got you.
So we will be making a reaction video after this. So if you do want to hear what Trevor is trying to say, feel free to check that out. It'll be on our YouTube channel. So, anyways, where was I? Okay, so the Hogwarts Express, I mean, again, not a foolproof method of transportation. Obviously, you could be seen crossing the barrier and stuff, but the best that they can come up with at this
And
point.
the Dementors in the third year.
Right.
Where it gets stopped.
Well, yeah, but I think they're ordered to the train, though. Like, yeah, there's some it's not foolproof. There's some methods that still are questionable with it, but it's the best they got for now. So, but that's how it came to be. Now here's where we get into what Trevor wanted to talk about. The Dursleys on page 90 took Dudley to the hospital Or I think it just said to London. I just assumed the hospital.
Unless it's like the black market version.
Yeah, but to remove his tail. Now, I mean, I don't think I even need to explain why this is a problem.
Why does your son have a big tail?
How do you even, how did that happen? Like, what do they do to remove it? Chop it off?
Oh.
You know, I mean, that's what I'm saying. And see, the problem is Hagrid obviously didn't tell anybody about it because he's not supposed to do magic. So, the Ministry of Magic probably does not know about it, or otherwise they would have obviously taken care of it and removed the tail themselves. They would not allow them to go to London to a Muggle, doctor or whatever to have it removed, because that would be very fishy. I'm actually kind of disappointed. I know this is just kind of a filler part. Kind of disappointed it doesn't come back at some point, though, because that'd be interesting to see the reaction, and you'd think that would have some kind of something to do, with...
Oh, like, just like a breach of...
yeah.
The,
Yeah. The,
secrecy?
Yeah. But I don't even need to get into that much, because that just kind of explains itself how ridiculous that is. And it just shows how kind of dumb the Dursleys are. Like, you really think that... Like, and here's the thing. Here's my problem with it. Is they're so worried about their look and how they look to other people and all that. So they're going to bring their son with a tail to a doctor. Like, that's not going to be the talk of the town, really?
So, I mean, it is in London, so maybe that's why they picked London.
Yeah, but still, I mean...
Better doctors.
Still, I'm sure a lot of people are... From what I can tell you, are probably pretty nice houses. I mean, we talked about how we think the Dursleys are rich. Like, they probably work in London, if I had to guess. A lot of the people on that street.
Maybe.
But maybe not. I had no idea. I'm just going on speculation. But anyways, that's, I have nothing else to say about that. That's just silly. Now we get into the question everybody asks at this point when he's trying to get onto the platform. Why would Hagrid not mention to Harry how to get on the platform? And I think this actually kind of shows the flaws with Hagrid and why Dumbledore is relied on for a lot of things. Because we know Dumbledore visits Muggles to can deliver their letter and explain things to them. Now Hagrid, in a sense, kind of, was in training and did the same with Harry in a similar yet different situation. But what does he do? He forgets to tell him almost the most important part. How to get to Hogwarts. How to get on the train. I mean, like...
Oh, yeah, no, I don't disagree with you. I totally agree. And this kind of goes back to some of the other things that we've pointed out in previous chapters where Hagrid just has a weird way of, like, forgetting to tell things to Harry. Very
important things, by the way. Like he forgets to tell him very important things. like here, you're a wizard and you get to go off to this magical school and become your destiny and...
Or when he, like, leaves
but we're not going to tell you how to get there.
Like, when he leaves
when he leaves him. Which he does again at this point. Or no, I think it was
dips
already...
on him 3 times, dude. Yeah. He's like, hey, you're a newborn. Dips. Hey,
Well, I mean, that's a little different.
Like, didn't greet the parent, his aunt and
a little bit. I can't agree with him
that
one.
Then Leaky Cauldron. Hey, can I have a sip of beer?
Oh no, yeah, definitely. What? And Diagon Alley when he dips again. I'm not gonna jump back to the previous chapter, but
it's like he's assuming that
we don't know that Death Eaters are gone. We don't know that there could still be Death Eaters looking for him. They would probably realize, okay, he's probably off to Hogwarts. Yeah. But I'm saying, they could probably realize he's probably off to Hogwarts, and they could try to find him, and Hagrid's just going to leave him alone. But anyways, yes.
Oh, considering also the Gringotts situation.
No, getting robbed?
Yeah.
Yeah, right after, it's Stephen's place at Hogwarts. You'd be a fool to rob it. Literally a chapter later. Oh, yeah, Gringotts been robbed.
I left you out in the world, basically the wilderness, because he doesn't know anybody.
Yeah. I left you stranded here.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go have a drink.
Right.
Just
as Gringotts is getting robbed by a Death Eater. So
yeah,
he didn't know that, but that's the problem. You don't know. Imagine if the Death Eater, wink wink, had come across Harry on his own, what may have happened. You never know.
Separated, done.
Yep, just...
and then Hagrid, I'm pretty sure you're out of not only a job, but Dumbledore no longer.
Yeah, and now Voldemort wins. Okay. Kitties, crazy cats.
I feel like Hagrid just gives, like, nothing against Harry, but I think, like, in these first couple books, Hagrid basically gives him way too much credit. Like, oh, hey, yeah, I just assume you know about these things.
Right.
And Harry's like, okay. Which is weird that he, like, just goes along with it.
Alright, sorry guys. Had to check my cat because it's doing a bang. And, you know, cat's crazy, so. But anyways, I don't remember what we were saying necessarily, but I'm going to move on here because, again, it's self-explanatory.
The Vernon leaving Harry at the station.
Yeah, we got a Hagrid number 2 here when Vernon leaves Harry at the station.
Yes and no. Like, yes, he just leaves him, but, like, he leaves him purposely.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Vernon
He's like, I'm going to leave you here and laugh at you and you have to walk home.
Like, Hagrid should care about him. Vernon doesn't. He's like, bye.
I know. I was making a joke.
Oh, yeah.
I know. But I do have a little note on this.
Oh.
Because while it doesn't surprise me that he left Harry there, it's so stupid of him to do. Because, you know, let's say Death Eater gets Harry, or, I don't know, a child abductor takes him, or he gets killed, or who knows, something happens to him.
We have a whole darker story.
You have a whole bunch of witnesses that saw you drop him off, probably people you know at some point, saw you leave him there, just adios, you're here, you're 11, bye. Like, you don't think the cops are going to go knocking on your door to be like, oh yeah, so what happened? Like, for people that want to stay out of drama and trouble, they are really stupid and tend to put themselves in situations where they can be put into drama and trouble.
Oh, yeah.
Because they're just stupid. Like, and like, I get it, you don't like him, I get it, he's your nephew, but like, I feel like this is kind of like a step up from the ridiculousness. Like, you left him at a busy train station all the way in London, over an hour away, on his own. And you really don't think he's going to board the train. Like, you're not like, oh, well, he's going to get on, we're just messing with them.
I think they
think it's a joke.
Like 8:45 or just at like 9:15. And he doesn't even like
he's
find
like
Mrs.
almost
Weasley
late to the train, yeah.
Until like 30-40 minutes later.
So I think like 10 minutes to go.
That's what I'm saying. Like, almost 40 minutes later.
I get you.
Like, oh, okay, cool. We're just going to leave a kid here for almost an hour. A 11-year-old. What?
Yeah, so just the mindset of these people. They're like the dumbest. I don't know, they're so dumb. They're just dumb.
They're trustworthy. And maybe it's because it was back in the day or whatever.
No, they hope he gets abducted. They're not trustworthy.
I think it was safer times.
No, I don't think that they cared about that. I think they care about Dudley getting his tail removed more than Harry's safety, but whatever. I mean, that doesn't surprise me, but it's such a stupid move. But anyways.
Well, and then you expect, like, you know, if he's talking to people and they're confused, like the guard, like, oh, hey, yeah, I'm just gonna shrug you off.
Right, well, yeah, that's what I put there, yeah.
Yeah, in your notes it says, like, you're not worried about a 11-year-old on his own. Like, yeah, I have to agree with you. Like, why are you not worried about it?
Obviously, he's not laughing as he's talking to him. He's not messing around. He's asking the guard questions, and the guard's like getting into, like, his kid's obviously a young child, and he's got no parents around him. Shouldn't you be like, where's your parents, kid? Like, not like, get out of my face, kid. Stop messing with me. Like, obviously, he's lost and confused. You know, like, he's all alone. Like, it's not a group of kids asking you and giggling at each other. Like, I don't know. It's just, people are... these dang muggles, man. They're so... You know, they give us muggles a bad name. You know?
I mean, you're not wrong.
But, whatever. Stupid guard, stupid Vernon. But, anyways, because of all this, Harry's freaking out until... Again, a stroke of luck, boom, Mrs. Weasley appears. And he overhears her talking about muggles and whatnot. So he follows her. But here's something that he heard that confused me. So it's Ron's first year. Bill and Charlie have already graduated. Fred and George are in their third year? Question mark? Because they're in their, what? They're in their sixth year when in the fourth. Yeah, so I think they're in their third year. So, they're in their third year. Bill and Charlie already graduated. It's Ron's first year. And she doesn't know the platform number. She's literally like, what's the platform number? Like, how are you going to forget platform 9 3/4? You bet you've been taking kids to this. First of all, you went there yourself as a child, and now you're taking kids there for a minimum of 7 years.
Oh, okay. I think what she was trying to do there, because I just read it.
Well, I know what it is. Go ahead. Sorry, I know what it's for, but
I think she's just like joking, like trying to get her kids to remember the platform number because after she asked the question, she's like, "Now what's the platform number?" You know, and we don't know her. It says her name later. Ginny answers 9 3/4. So I think it's kind of just she's trying to be cute.
See, maybe my thought is I think this is just one of those scenarios where they include something with the sole purpose of the reader getting knowledge from it. Like, I really don't like to step outside the books in this, and I like to analyze, like, the books as a book. I like to analyze them as a world. But I think this is just a case of her saying 9 3/4 for the coincidental fact that Harry overhears that so he can follow her. Like, I think that just has to happen in that. I mean, I think there's other things she could have done, she could have said to do that.
And I think he already knew, though, when she said muggles, like, who references people like that as muggles?
Right, no,
the
yeah.
The only person he's ever heard say muggle is...
Right, but I think that they added that to, like, put it down straight. Because there's no way she doesn't know the platform. And if she was, like, doing that as an educational and joking purpose, like, I don't know, it just seems silly to me to do that. Like, just the way she did about it. She's in a hurry, she's flustered, she goes, what's the platform number again? Like, I feel like, I don't know. It could be what you're saying, but because it wouldn't make sense for her not to know it. She went there her whole childhood, and we know
5 older children who have already
gone
to it.
4 that have gone, and Ron's in his first year,
and 2 that have already graduated.
2, yeah. So it's a minimum of 7 years, but obviously more because.
Yeah.
But so it just doesn't make any sense at all. But. Again, this is just. I think this is just a case of the narrator including something so that the reader can benefit from it. But I just wanted to put it in there because if she really doesn't know the platform number, then there's two things to that. One, maybe somebody's using a Polyjuice potion to be Mrs. Weasley and they're actually really dumb. Or 2, dementia's starting to kick in early. So, but I'm just saying, it doesn't make sense because she's literally done it all.
Well, maybe she's, she's in a rush, so it's not the first thing on her mind. She's trying to make sure that her kids get there on time.
I get that, I really do, but think of it this way: she technically has known platform 9 3/4 longer than me and you.
Yeah.
And if somebody was like, "What's the like we could be literally in the middle of the busiest moment in our life, to be like, "What's the Hogwarts Express number? 9 3/4." Boom, done. I'm just saying. I'm gonna let it go. I'm not gonna keep talking about it because there's not much there. But I'm just saying. I just wanted to point out that that's a thing. But there's something else I want to talk about with Mrs. Weasley. Harry walks up to her, and without a question, now, again, obviously he's got like an owl and a big trunk, and he looks like he's a clueless wizard, but she just like accepts. She just right away like, oh, is it your first year at Hogwarts too? Like, she just instantly accepts that this kid's a wizard and is just willing to just throw him through. Like, what if he were to crash because he's a muggle? And then what does she do? Amusing. Yeah, well, then what does she do? But, she doesn't, and to go with that is my first thought is, okay, she knows it's Harry Potter. But she doesn't know he's Harry Potter. I mean, that, throughout the chapter, that becomes very obvious. But how does she not know he's Harry?
And think about it this way. Like, a kid goes missing, right? Because that's basically what happened to Harry. Like,
right.
He went missing from the wizarding world.
Okay.
So, like, nobody has they just know that he exists. They know that he has a scar, but, like, his scar is covered. So until he, pulls it up.
Right, I get that. But my point is, Hagrid, in the movie, it's deceiving because he doesn't recognize him right away, but in the book, he literally sees Dudley first and is like, get out of here, and knows Harry right away. Which, I guess, 50-50. Obviously, it's probably not the pudgy kid. But it just doesn't, he seems like he knows who he is instantly. Number two, when they walk in, Hagrid's like, I'm an official Hogwarts business, and instantly Tom the barman knows it's Harry Potter. If Hagrid does not mention, I double checked, he does not mention that it's Harry Potter. Doesn't say a word about Harry Potter. It does in the movie, but not in the book. It does not mention the name Harry Potter, but everyone in that place knows it's Harry Potter. At least Tom. I think Tom says it, which is why everyone else knows, but recognize him instantly. And so does other people slowly, you'll see throughout the book, recognize, obviously he becomes known, but it's just weird that, some people recognize him, but then, people that are actually in the Order and knew Lily and James didn't recognize him instantly. It just seems silly, and she even said, I should have known or whatever, going parentless. I don't know, again, maybe she's just flustered in a rush, but it was just...
And it could be that, the people at the bar, Hagrid seemingly goes there often enough that, he knows the people. So maybe he, before he went to go get Harry or something, maybe he stopped by, started talking to him.
No, I don't think so, because I don't think when Dumbledore gives him a specific order, I don't think he's gonna, mess around in there.
It's not stated, Dumbledore told him not to talk about it.
Well, no, but he gave him an order to go and get Harry ASAP.
Yeah.
But no, I don't think so, is because everyone seems surprised that he's there and loses their mind. If they knew about it beforehand, you'd think they'd be a little they'd be able to okay, well,
and maybe his scar was showing.
I know, I get it. I get there's other, I get there's things around it. I'm just saying it just seems crazy that people in the bar and Tom, who's probably never weren't in the Order and didn't really probably talk about to Lily and James much, were able to recognize him, but a part of the Order and a friend of Lily and James didn't recognize him. But again, like I said, there's so many involved around it. And again, I'm just mentioning it because it just seems kind of crazy.
I'm not disagreeing with you.
And it just kind of shows, I love this book so much, don't get me wrong, but it kind of shows, the inconsistencies a little bit in it.
Yeah.
But, there can be reasonable explanations for all of it. So moving on a little bit, this is just something I wanted to mention. It's just a funny thing I found in the book. And I already told you about it. But in the book, in quotes, says, "Oh, shut up." And then the narrator labels the speaker as Percy the Prefect. So it's, "Oh, shut up," said Percy the Prefect. That to me is just kind of hilarious because you don't see stuff like that,
Oh, yeah.
And it's just funny that the narrator, labeled him with that name, Percy the Prefect. But I thought that was pretty funny to see. Now moving on, this is all Trevor here.
The first time the twins come back and they've met Harry and they realize it's Harry Potter, and they're like, oh, she says, "Poor dear, no wonder he was alone. I wondered. He was ever polite when he asked how to get on the platform." And then one of the twins asks, "Never mind that. Do you think he remembers what you-know-who looks like?" And then you get to see the first glimpse of Molly Weasley being that, as you put it, den mother. She defends Harry. She gets very stern and she says, "I forbid you to ask him, Fred. No, don't you dare." As though he needs reminding of that on his first day of school. It's kind of oh, okay. She, even to her own kids, she's like, why would you ask him that? Why does he need to know that? And I would totally be with her on that. He doesn't remember a lot of it. obviously that's the reason he's famous. But, like, does he really need to remember that on his first day? He's already probably stressed out because this is new for him. Not to say that it's not new for everybody else, but, like, he's going in blind. It's like waking up, being a celebrity, and going, oh, so this is what I do? Okay. So it's just nice to see her, like, stick up for Harry.
Yeah.
Doesn't know Harry, very well at this point.
Right.
Just knows that he was really kind.
Instantly a mother figure to him from the very beginning. And
she's like, oh yeah, let me take him under my wing.
Yep, and I love it because Molly's one of my favorite people in this whole series, and you just, like, you can't help but love her right from the very beginning, and stuff like that keeps her in her character. She stays the same character the whole way through. She does not ever falter. She's
always very stern. She's always trying to take care of her kids.
Right, she's always the protective mother. Always.
Whether they're her actual kids.
Right.
Or her
she's always
quote-unquote foster kids.
Right.
Because, for the most part, that's how I see Hermione and Harry. Right. They're like her foster kids. She just takes them in. She's like, oh yeah, you're friends with my son? Okay, cool.
Well, yeah, even people that aren't really, just if you're part of the order, it doesn't matter. Like, as long as you're on the right side, she will take care of you. So, but yeah, it's funny to see she's a overprotective mother.
Not my daughter, you.
No, that's what I was going to say. She's an overprotective mother from the very beginning when you see her. She helps Harry board the train to when she murders Bellatrix for trying to kill Ginny. Never falters.
God, that was an amazing scene. We won't get to it anytime soon, but it was an amazing scene.
Right, yeah.
You're just like, yes!
I still wonder what spell she used.
I think she used particular
to blow her. Well, yeah, like just in the movie, but in the book she doesn't. Like, she's not like that. I can't remember exactly, but it's something a little bit different.
Well, at least in the movie, she like
in the book she does.
She like paralyzes her and then like
yeah. In the movie, I'm pretty sure it's Petrificus Totalis, and then just probably strike Reducto or something. But she performed some non-verbal magic, which is really interesting to see.
Yeah, because we don't see that very often.
Not really. You don't really see her do magic much, besides like cleaning charms and stuff.
Later in the chapter, we'll get to see some I think it's non-verbal magic. Unless they're already the boats, that scene.
Oh.
Maybe that, because
I think there's enchanted.
Right, like...
I think they're just boats. Like enchanted boats.
That would like respond to Hagrid's voice kind of thing. Just seems like he's
just like... just like the broom that cleans itself, cleans the floor automatically and things like that. I think they're just like they know when people board it and when it's ready to cry. Yeah,
this is interesting.
Maybe though, could have been done non-verbally. Who knows? Moving on a little bit. So I just made a note of this. I don't really have much to say about it, but I just want to talk about when they're getting their sweets from the trolley witch. I just wanted to kind of name some of the things that were on the Trolley Witch's cart. So you had Bertie Bott's every flavored beans. You had Drooble's best of blowing gum, chocolate frogs, pumpkin pastries, cauldron cakes, licorice wands,
and pasties. That's always how I've read it. It's like pasties.
That's what I said. Pasties.
I thought you said pastries.
No, pumpkin pasties. And a number of other strange things. Now,
licorice wands.
Harry's obviously like looking for Mars bars and stuff and realizes quickly it's not a thing. But if you think about it, Bertie Bott's every flavored bean, they're jelly beans. Drooble's just blowing gum. Take your pick for gum. Double Hubba Bubba blowing gum. Chocolate frogs, basically like chocolate stars.
Like probably Hershey chocolate.
Yeah.
But like if Hershey chocolates did like
a
different version than the kisses that they do.
Right. Pumpkin pastries. It's probably just some pumpkin spice type.
Ugh.
Cauldron cakes. I don't really know. Like probably like zebra cakes.
Or like those things that we get I get at work.
Oh yeah, like the honey bun things or something?
No, the little cupcake things.
Oh yeah, I don't remember, but yeah, like cupcakes.
Licorice wands.
Just licorice. Obviously.
Twizzlers.
A number of strange things. So it's interesting, like because they're obviously different, but I feel like you could relate them all easily. But yeah, I don't have much to say about that. I just wanted to name them. Next up, we got Dumbledore's Wizard card. I just wanted to read this a little bit. So Albus Dumbledore, currently headmaster of Hogwarts, Considered by many the greatest wizard of modern times, Dumbledore is particularly famous for his defeat of the Dark Wizard Grindelwald in 1945, for the discovery of the 12 uses of dragon's blood, and his work on alchemy with his partner Nicholas Flamel. Dumbledore enjoys chamber music and 10-pin bowling. I don't know what chamber music is. Is that like just like dungeon, like da 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 da?
I'm pretty sure it's like that old school.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Why is the name Mozart, that kind of thing?
Oh, got you.
Like classical, I think, is chamber music.
Bowling, which I think is just regular bowling, right? 10-pin bowling is regular bowling.
No, I think it comes in 9 pins.
So he doesn't like the 9s, he only likes the 10. If you try to do regular bowling with 9 pins, he's going to probably invent a cadaver.
Like, they have the triangle, and then there's like the 10 pin that's like behind in the middle, I think.
Well, stop being so picky, Dumbledore. Jeez. Just bowl with whatever, how many pins you got. So moving on, Ron shows Harry. Ron tells Harry about chocolate frog guards. And he kind of mentioned in there that Ron's greatest achievement ever and everything he's done in his whole life is getting his own chocolate frog card. It doesn't mention it in the chapter, but it mentions it like everywhere online. But like, yeah, that's like after everything's said and done, his greatest achievement over defeating Voldemort and destroying Horcruxes and marrying Hermione, who's way out of his league, is getting his own chocolate frog card.
Still think they should have been Harry and Hermione, but whatever, fuck.
Yes. Now, anything else you'd like to add before I kind of dive into the end of this here chapter?
No.
So, interesting chapter. I got two more surprises for you guys, but before I wrap up the chapter real quick, because basically, interesting chapter. They head off to Hogwarts. There's not really much to talk about there. I mean, like Trevor mentioned, the boats might be enchanted.
Although it was interesting
or maybe
to see that they go to a dock, but I don't think that dock after this ever really gets mentioned again.
No, not really. You hear about the sea because of the giant squid, but...
Yeah, but it's not like...
other than that, no, you don't... I mean, you see it here and there, like in movies, like in the background.
Is it below the dungeons, perhaps?
Well,
like
no,
below Slytherin stuff?
What does?
Like where they go into...
No, it's just you do walk up to the sea.
I mean, I can't remember what game I played.
Second through seventh go one way, and first years go another way, and second through seventh grab thestrals and carriages and go right up the path, and the other ones go travel all the way around Hogwarts back to the front. So,
although I did see, there was a game that I played. I want to say it was Order of Phoenix or something like that. Maybe Goblet of Fire for the game, where... You know, it might have been Goblet of Fire, where you actually get to see this. Like, you get to see the docks, and it's kind of interesting. Like, it's its own separate little building. It wasn't actually attached to the dungeons.
I don't remember that, but...
It was definitely fun to, definitely fun to see in the chapter. Like, okay.
And again, with the movies, there's so much inconsistency because the way it's described in the books and you see it in the first movie, kind of, is just kind of like on ground level, you just go up to it, walk to it in the ground, but then there's like then in the movies later on there's a boating dock station, so it's, it's a little inconsistent, but that's okay. We still love it anyway. But there's not much to say about that. They cross the sea, no problems, and then it ends with them getting up to the front doors,
and getting to meet McGonagall.
They haven't met McGonagall yet.
No,
that's the next chapter.
Oh.
Yep. No, it's okay. I mean, it's fine. But...
I did read a little bit.
Oh, did you?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, they don't meet McGonagall. They just knock on the doors.
Oh, right, yeah. And they're looking for Neville's toad.
Yeah. Neville lost his toad. Let's do it. We're going to keep account of how many times Neville loses his toad. I think we have it on the train.
Every time.
We have it at the train station, but I think at the train station on the train is the same time. So that's one, and now he lost it at Hogwarts.
Oh, no.
And that's at the same time, but...
No, it is the same time. He lost it on the train, and then Hagrid finds it for him.
Yeah.
And then Hagrid, like, makes sure...
Yeah,
as they're
at
walking up, he's
Hogwarts, though, like, all that time later, it's like how that Toad is lucky he even got off the train. So that's one. We'll count that as one. So we're gonna keep a
Trevor the Toad. I swear I'm not a toad.
Well, that could be, that's opinionated. But anyway, so that's one. Keep it total. So to wrap up this chapter, I actually have a couple more interesting things that I want to do here. The first thing I want to do is I have a little linky here that's going to tell me all of the Chocolate Frog cards. So we're going to give you guys all the different Chocolate Frog cards. And I'm not going to go into the history behind all the people yet, but maybe one day I will do that. But I am going to just kind of list them all off here.
I actually played the first game that they came out with. I think it was like Sorcerer's Stone. Played that, and you had to collect the chocolate frogs. It was fun. So much fun to find like where these chocolate frogs were and stuff. For like the Game Boy.
Right, yeah. And this is actually from... I'm trying to find out right now. This is from one of the games that's listed here.
But, yeah, because you could buy from Fred and George. Yeah,
but it is a mention that the games are canon. The information within the games are canon.
Yeah. So,
this is canon, what I'm about to read you. These are all legitimate, famous Witch and Wizard cards and things like that, for all from Chocolate Frog cards. So, it is canon, so I'm going to start reading them off. And this, obviously, like, it does mention Harry Potter in here, so this is... I don't see Ron, though, but... So, I don't know what this is up to, but we're just going to go off of what we have here. I might try and find an updated version and post it somewhere, but here we go. Post on the Facebook page. So let's see. First, we got Fulbert the Fearful. I was gonna mention where they get them from, but since it's from the game, it seems kind of pointless. I'm not gonna do that. So yeah, Fulbert the Fearful. Yeah, Ethelred the Ever Ready. And these are all famous wizard cards. Sorry about that. These are the wizards. Crispin Kronk, Edgar Struger, Oswald Beamish, Norval Twonk, Grogan Stump, Glanmore Peaks, Wilfred Elphick, Professor Armando Dippet, which we know is a previous headmaster.
Right.
Mungo Bonham, Zhu Yen, the first, I don't even know. Falco Aesalon, 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 Thaddeus Thurkel, and Harry Potter. So, now there's famous witches. I'm going to try to read these ones.
Beatrix Bloxam,
I think.
Yeah. Defimra Fumeridge. Really? You got all the easier names to pronounce.
Mine were pretty different.
Honera Nutcombe. Wendelin the Weird.
Oh, I've heard of her.
Jacunda Sykes.
Yeah.
Carletta Pinkstone. Dorcas Well Beloved. Alfreda Clegg. Oh my gosh. Saccharissa. Yeah, Saccharissa. I can't pronounce. Tugwood. Dear God. Igna Wildsmith.
I think it's Ignitia.
Ignitia.
I've heard of that one.
Wildsmith. Hespera Starkley. Cladonia? Cliodna.
It's not neither. It's Cliodna. Cliodna, I think. Cliodna.
Mirabelle Plunkett. Morgan Le Fay. That one at least I can pronounce because I know. Grahilda the Gorsamore. Oh my God.
These are horrible names. I'm so sorry for all you people with these names. All right,
and we apologize if we butcher the names. But
yeah,
some of these spellings. Man.
I don't. These are terrible. I'm just gonna run through these Quidditch cards. You got Jocelyn Waddock, Gwenog Jones. Ooh, I've heard of her. Cyprian Udall.
What's that, Lee Jones?
Roderick Plumpton. Bowman Wright. You got famous vampire cards. You got Sir Herbert Varney, Amarillo Lestote, Lady Carmilla Sanguina, Blodwyn Blood, Count Vlad Dracul. And then famous goblin cards. You got Irgit the Ugly, Alguf the Awful, Ugg the Unreliable, Urg the Unclean, and Gringotts. Ooh. I have to look that up in a sec. I'm going to open it up. I want to look at that. All right, you can read the last one.
Famous hag cards. Babagia, Melidoria, Grim. Yeah, Grim.
Leticia, I know that.
Leticia. Somnolens?
Something like that.
Oh my god. Old Mother Hubbard.
I have to look up that too. That's hilarious.
Cordelia Misericordia. Oh my god, man.
Alright.
Famous giant
These
cards.
might be a little bit easier.
Bran the Bloodthirsty, Cyclops, Goliath, Morholt, and Hengest the Upper Barton.
Yeah, well, Hengest of Upper Barton. Yeah.
Famous dragon cards.
Oh, here we go.
Common Welsh Green, Iberian Black, Hungarian Horntail, Romanian Longhorn, Norwegian Ridgeback. Thank God I got one that's like
and
easier to read.
I'm going to read these beast cards. You got Imp, Doxy, Bowtruckle, Billywig, Gnome, Giant Squid, Manticore, Unicorn, Mountain Troll, Streeler, Giant Purple Toad, Double-Ended Newt, Guy Trash, Kelpie, Phoenix.
I'm sorry. Guy Trash.
And one. Okay,
you want to go to those bonus cards real quick?
Yeah.
Bonus card.
Sorry, 1 second.
Godric.
Okay, sorry. I'm messing up.
No, it's okay. Godric Gryffindor, Rowena Ravenclaw, Helga Hufflepuff, Cesar Slytherin, and Albus Dumbledore.
The hardest of all of them.
So it's just interesting that, like, you know, all of those are the founders and obviously Dumbledore, because he's extremely important.
Okay. Just so y'all know what I'm doing, I'm taking a picture of these beast cards because I want to look up all of these beasts and, like, their, like, you know,
their levels, maybe?
Their origins and stuff, and kind of put them together. Huh?
It'd be kind of cool to see their rankings.
Yeah, well, yeah, that too. But I want to get like I want to start somewhere with I want to make like beast episodes and stuff. So I'm gonna start here all the beast cards that are listed here.
Oh, okay.
That you can get at least in this game. I want to look up information on them. So keep it ready for that. Now I did kind of pull up two of these cards here because I was interested. One is Gringotts. It says Gringotts was a celebrated goblin who founded Gringotts Wizarding Bank in 1474. For the bank's founding and presumable management, Gringotts was featured on a Chocolate Frog card. So, exactly what I thought. He was the founder of Gringotts, obviously. And then I looked up Old Mother Hubbard, because you've all heard of Old Mother Hubbard. Went through a cupboard to get her old dog a bone. So, Old Mother Hubbard was a hag who lived in the Middle Ages. She used to lure stray animals into her home and then starve them to death. What a evil person! I hate her. I hate Old Mother Hubbard. She's so mean. I love animals. Okay. Well, next and last to go is we got our Birdie Bots every flavor beans. We're just gonna list off every flavor here. So we'll just take this in columns here.
Or do you want to take a picture? Because that's a lot of names.
What do you mean?
And like post some of it to the website.
Oh, I'm just gonna read right through them all.
Oh, okay.
But we'll just take them in columns here. I'll read one, you read one. So I'll go first. You got almond, apple, aubergine, bacon, baked bean, banana, belly button lint, blackberry, beef casserole, black pepper, blueberry pie, Bogey, Bouillabaisse. I think his name is. I think there's different names. The way to say that, but I don't remember. Bouillabaisse or something. Broccoli, bubblegum, buttered popcorn, cauliflower, cheese, cherry, chicken, chili powder.
Chocolate, cinnamon, coconut, coffee, cranberry, cream puff, curry, dirt, dirty sock, dog food, earthworm, earwax, eclair, envelope glue.
Oh, God.
Farm dirt. Oh, so it's not just dirt, it's farm dirt. Fish, grape
Smells
jelly,
like manure,
grapefruit, grass. Don't know why you want grass. Gravy.
Why would you want farm dirt?
I don't
Or
know.
envelope glue, sorry.
Green apple, ham, honey, horseradish, and ketchup.
Yep, and you got lemon, liver, and tripe, in case liver's not enough for you. Lobster, marmalade, marshmallow, mashed potatoes, mint, mushroom, mussel,
Yeah.
mustard, olive, onion, overcooked cabbage, not regular cabbage, overcooked cabbage. Peach, pear, pepper, peppermint, phlegm, that's disgusting. Phlegm.
Yep.
Pink grapefruit, pizza, prawn, pumpkin.
Roast beef, rotten egg, salmon, sardine, sausage, sherry. I'm pretty sure that's an alcohol. Soap, spaghetti, spinach, sprout, strawberry and peanut butter ice cream. Not terrible. Sugared violet, sulfur, toast, toffee pudding, tomato, tripe, in case you want to tripe without liver, troll bogey,
No.
tutti frutti,
Tutti frutti.
vomit,
My favorite.
and watermelon.
Okay.
That's disgusting. Maybe this is what we post to the website, the picture.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't have all of them. I might later on. But yeah.
Ugh.
So if any of those sound appetizing to you, some of those I'd like to try. But
No.
yeah, there you go. You can get any one of those. So
Unless this is Charlie and the Chocolate Factory and these fill me up, then maybe I'll try some of those, like, beef and something ones.
right, like oh god, it's so disgusting. Anyways, so anything you'd like to add here before we wrap
No,
it
I
on up?
hope that everybody is enjoying the podcast. That we're trying to get back onto the regular schedule. Maybe we should might update the website with some of those links so you guys get to see where we're getting some of this information.
Yeah. I think I will.
I
think I will. So yeah,
to give the listeners.
yeah,
a better
give me
idea.
some time because I'm not gonna do it instantly after we're done recording. But check on the website because I think I will add a tab and add just links that we find all this stuff so you guys can check it out
and see where we got our research and things like that.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. So I'm gonna work on that. So.
And then I want to do a Hagrid and just be like, bye everybody. But no.
Yeah. Adios. No, we love you guys. We appreciate you so much for listening. So if you made it this far, thank you very much for listening. We appreciate it so much. We hope you enjoyed yourself. Make sure, to check us out, wherever you're listening. Like, rate, subscribe, follow, whatever you can do to help support us.
If you're listening off of iTunes, we appreciate you giving us a rating. So, and we would hope that you maybe give us some constructive criticism if need be, or if you liked something that maybe you haven't seen us do in a previous episode, but you like that we did today.
Right.
Just write a little blurb and let us know and give us a rating.
Or don't
so we
just
know.
say that we like the podcast, tell us your favorite color, tell us your favorite character. We don't really need we don't need it for our ego, but we do.
It's definitely a thing to help us.
Yeah, we do appreciate constructive criticism. But like you said, make sure to leave a rating and a review. Otherwise, I won't go through correctly. You have to leave that review. But hopefully you can give us 5 stars. And if you don't give us 5 stars, please let us know why in the review, what we can do to improve the podcast to earn those 5 stars from you. Because that's all we want. We just want to be able to provide you guys 5-star worthy content. And if we're not doing that, we we would like to know why, what we're doing wrong, what we can do better. Because we would love to improve it. We would love to continue improving our podcast as much as possible. So, after you've done that, if you could pop on over to YouTube, check out all our videos, subscribe to us there, like all our videos, that'd be awesome. Find us on
the content that we have there. We're going to be posting the reaction video to The Crimes of Grindelwald.
Yes.
So,
yeah, and
keep out for the lookout for that.
Yeah.
Because that will be very soon.
Right. Other than that, I mean, like I said, just keep listening wherever you're listening. I mean, make sure, again, we can be found on multiple platforms, including Twitter at Hedwigs_Army. But if you don't want to, if you're having trouble finding it or you just want to go to a one-stop shop for everything, we have one of those. It is www.hedwigsarmy.com. You can check us out on the Hedwigs Army website. While you're over there, check out the fact of the week that has just been updated and answer the brand new question of the week, which asks you if you were first year at Hogwarts, which Hogwarts
animal would you bring?
Nope. Which Hogwarts supply would you be? Okay, if you're first year at Hogwarts at Diagon Alley, and you were there with your supply list, which part of the supply list? It's listed really well on the website. I can't remember how I put it.
Like, what would be the favorite, like your first item that you would get?
Yeah, but what would you be most excited to get? Let me just, you know what? Well, I could just hop right over to Hedwigs Army like I am right now, and I can just say, if you were a first year at Hogwarts, which school supply would you be most eager to shop for? So we got uniform, books, wand, cauldron, set of glass or crystal vials, telescope, brass scales, or pet. So go on there and give us your answer, which you would like to check out to go by first. And like I said, you can find us our YouTube, iTunes, Facebook, Twitter. You can submit questions through there, or you can just email us at hedwigsarmypodcast@yahoo.com. But if you go to the website, we have a contact form. And you can find all the places we can be located there. So just go there, one-stop shop for everything. Check it out. Let us know how you feel. Let us know what you like or dislike about the podcast and what we can do to improve as podcasters.
As content creators.
As content creators. Yeah, I like that. As content creators. So, with all of that said, thank you guys very much for tuning in to yet again another episode of Hedwigs Army. And until next time, Mischief managed.
Every great wizard in history has started out as nothing more than what we are now. Students. If they can do it, why not us?